Did you know that on any given night, over 580,000 people in the United States experience homelessness? That's like the entire city of Boston sleeping on the streets. Shocked? You should be. This statistic represents not just a number, but real lives, dreams, and stories overshadowed by hardship. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's often pushed aside but is incredibly crucial to understand: homelessness in America. It's not just about tents on the sidewalk, it's about the systemic issues that create these situations, the challenges faced by the homeless, and the nuances that we often overlook in our daily lives. So stick around, because we'll explore this pressing issue in depth. Before we jump in, if you find this topic as important as we do, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. Let's get into the heart of the matter. When most people think of homelessness, they often envision a disheveled person on the street corner, but that's just scratching the surface. Homeless individuals come from all walks of life. Veterans, single mothers, college students, yes, even your neighbor down the street could be on the brink. It's essential to recognize this diversity, as it helps us understand the systemic issues at play. 1 in 5 homeless people is a veteran. That's a staggering number for those who served our country. The portrayal of homelessness in media often lacks this nuance, leading to harmful stereotypes. Imagine trying to pitch a tent in a park while dodging squirrels and nosy dogs. That would be a camping trip gone wrong. If you're ever in a position to help, a kind word or support in finding local shelters can go a long way. We often underestimate the power of compassion. The affordable housing crisis is another critical factor contributing to homelessness. In cities like San Francisco and New York, rent prices often exceed what an average person can earn. In 2020, nearly 50% of renters were cost-burdened, meaning they spent more than 30% of their income on housing. As new developments sprout up to accommodate wealthy students or tech workers, what happens to the families who need access to these spaces? It's almost as if landlords have a secret competition: who can charge the most for the least space. Congratulations, you've won the smallest apartment for the highest price award. If you're struggling with rent, consider local housing assistance programs. They might be the lifeline you need. Let's talk about mental health and substance abuse. There's no denying the correlation between homelessness and mental health struggles. Approximately 20 to 25% of the homeless population suffers from severe mental illness. The debate around mental health care funding often overshadows the urgent needs of the homeless community. Shouldn't we prioritize healing over stigmatization? Having a bad day? Now imagine adding homelessness into the mix. It's like trying to run a marathon with one shoe. Encourage local mental health services and consider donating to organizations that provide recovery support. Now let's discuss policy. Local governments play a pivotal role in both addressing and perpetuating homelessness issues. Cities spend millions on law enforcement to displace homeless people rather than investing in long-term solutions. The sweeping policies often result in temporary fixes but fail to address the root causes. It's like fixing a leaky roof by painting over the stains: looks great for a while, but the problem is still there. Stay informed on local policies regarding homelessness. Advocate for humane solutions that focus on housing first, as creating homes rather than pushing people away should be the goal. The silver lining? There are numerous outreach programs dedicated to helping those experiencing homelessness, some truly inspirational success stories. Programs like Housing First have shown to reduce homelessness by 25% in various cities. However, some argue that these programs are underfunded and don't reach enough people. Why can't we scale up what works? Seeing these success stories makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, like eating a giant marshmallow while wearing a snuggly blanket. Consider volunteering your time or skills to local charities. Even an hour can make a difference. Let's not forget the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. It turned the world upside down, hitting the most vulnerable segments of our society hardest. In 2021, the number of unsheltered homeless people increased by 21% in major cities. With governments focusing on emergency response, long-term solutions are even further away than before. In a global pandemic, the last thing you'd want is to be told to social distance while living outside. Talk about an awkward first date. Support food banks and local shelters to help mitigate the shortages brought on by the pandemic. It's time to bust some myths about homelessness that simply aren't true. They're homeless because they're lazy. The majority are working hard but can't make ends meet due to wages and cost of living ratios. Homeless people are dangerous. In reality, they're often more afraid of us than we are of them. Believing all homeless people are lazy is like saying all dogs are vicious based on one bad encounter. Ridiculous, right? Educate those around you. Open conversations can help dispel myths and foster better understanding and compassion. Amid the challenges, there are countless success stories of individuals who've turned their lives around. Studies show that over 80% of people who receive transitional housing regain stable living conditions over time. While these successes exist, systemic barriers still create uphill battles for many. How do we elevate more voices? It's like watching a reality show audition. These individuals are living proof that perseverance pays off. They deserve a standing ovation. Support organizations that empower individuals with resources to escape homelessness. Financial support can create monumental change. Where do we go from here? Let's examine some innovative solutions that are gaining traction across the country. Cities adopting a housing-first approach are seeing a decrease in homelessness by as much as 60% in some states. Controversy, however, funding cuts and political opposition often hinder progress. Humor, you know what they say, if you build it, they will come, and live successfully. How about we build more? Engage with local representatives about housing initiatives. Your voice can help push for policy changes that solidify lasting solutions. Finally, what can you do to make a difference? You might feel overwhelmed, but every little action counts. Charitable donations to homeless organizations increased by nearly 40% in 2020 but still fall short of the actual needs. While many want to help, some question where their donations are going. Transparency in these organizations is crucial. Honestly, if you think about all the coffee you buy, just one latte a week could help someone find shelter. So, would you rather save the world or save a few bucks for a pumpkin spice latte? Today, we've uncovered the complex and often misunderstood topic of homelessness in America. This issue touches all of us, whether directly or as part of our community, and it is our responsibility to stay informed and engaged. Remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand, the better we can help. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that matters. And in our next video, we'll explore the inspiring world of urban garden projects that are transforming abandoned spaces into green oases. Until then, stay compassionate, stay informed, and let's continue building a better future together.